can't believe we're gonna review this game. Oh, we might as well get this crap over with. Stupid game, man. Oh boy, I can't believe we're gonna review this game of all games. Alright. Come here, you piece of crap. Freaking stupid game. Alright, I'm ready to review this game and... Wait, where's Blue Toad at? He was supposed to be here. And of course, he's conveniently missing. Well, time to go look for him. What the hell's that noise? Blue Toad? Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Yo, Blue Toad, you good? No. No, the hell I'm not. Why? Because we had to review that certain game I don't want to review today. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Just gonna get right here. Yeah, don't worry, it's not Solar Jetman. It's a different game. Oh, thank God! For a second, I thought it was gonna be Solar Jet. Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. I have to read that game. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I hate that damn game. That game can go to hell. Screw the game, screw the soundtrack, and screw the fucking stages. Fuck that shit. But Blue Toad, the game isn't that bad. I mean, we reviewed Bart's Nightmare and Echo Jr. along with Lost Levels. The game can't be that bad. Oh, trust me, it is. It's so fucking bad. It gave me nightmares. It's so terrible. We're not reviewing that piece of crap game. Got it, man? But Blue Toad, if we don't review this game, we can't move on to Mega Man Zero. Fine. Fine. Put the fucking game in NES. Solar Jetman Hunting for the Golden Warpship is the third game of the Jetman series. By the way, I haven't played the first two games in this series, so I'll be looking at Solar Jetman as an individual title rather than a sequel. With that said, let's get into the game. But before we do that, we have a story to summarize. The Golden Warpship was the most powerful ship in the fleet. One day, the Golden Warpship was ransacked and disassembled by space pirates who scattered it across 12 different planets in the solar system. It's up to you as a Jetman to land on the planets, find the Golden Warpship part, tow that ship back to the mothership, and move on to the next planet. After Jetman attains the last part of the Golden Warpship and defeats the eyeball boss, he kicks back and relaxes on his cozy chair. Unfortunately for him, he's consumed by a nearby star. Overall, the story is simplistic and humorous. I say humorous because Solar Jetman doesn't take itself seriously. Hell, the company Jetman works for is called the Federation of Space Loonies. Also, why did the space pirates disassemble the ship and scatter it across the solar system instead of selling it or using it for themselves? Before we get into the game, the title of the game is Solar Jetman Hunt for the Golden Warpship. If you're playing the European version, the title of the game is Solar Jetman Hunt for the Golden Warship. Now with the titles out of the way, let's get into the game. Solar Jetman is a multi-directional shooter. In each level, you have to collect fuel to refuel the mothership. After you collected enough fuel, you have to enter a black hole and find the warpship part to proceed to the next level. You can also collect jewels, radioactive containers, or random goodies to get points for an extra life, or to boost your score. After you beat a level, you can use your points to buy upgrades such as bombs, shields, thrusters, and even space pods. However, the space pods are very expensive. The only way you're going to get enough points to buy them is getting everything in a level or grinding enemies. Speaking of which, it's time to talk about the difficulty. Solar Jetman is one of the hardest and boringest games I've ever played. Why do I find Solar Jetman hard? Simple. The shitty ass controls and the fucking enemies. Your pod can move in 8 directions. When you press right on the D-pad, your pod will rotate clockwise and the left will make your pod rotate counterclockwise. When you press B, your pod will thrust in whatever direction your pod is facing. To stop your pod's momentum, you have to thrust your pod violently in a different direction before it bumps into a wall or an enemy. What makes it even worse is that every planet has its own gravity, which means your pod will either be easy to control or a massive fucking pain in the ass. Speaking of which, the levels are fucking massive and empty. Sometimes you have to maneuver your pod through a tight ass space to get something or to proceed through the level. If you're not careful, you're gonna lose a lot of health or die. When you run out of fuel, your pod will explode and you'll have to find a new pod or head back to the mothership to get a new one. If you get hit once, you lose a life. That also applies when you're moving something to the mothership or a warp point. When you're moving something, you can't use your shields to protect yourself from enemies, which means you're gonna get fucking massacred or blindsided by enemies. Speaking of which, I fucking despise the small enemies in this game because the crappy controls makes it hard to kill them. They also respawn 1,000 times and they can fucking blindside your ass. I also hate the orange orb fuckers because they take forever to kill and they push you away from them. Now with that out of the way, let's get back to the levels. The levels are long, boring, and uninteresting. I find them boring because once you know where the items are, you can just grab them with little difficulty. I find them uninteresting because none of them have any unique set pieces and because the levels themselves look dull. I say dull because most of the time the backgrounds are just one color. I find them long because the planets are fucking massive. If you get a game over, you have to do the whole level again. That also includes the items you collected, which means you have to recollect the field parts again. It also takes a while because the fucking passwords are 12 digits long. As for the soundtrack, it was composed by David Wise, who will later go on to compose the Donkey Kong Country games. The soundtrack is good, but after a while it starts to sound really repetitive. And lastly, the final stage is kind of difficult because when the asteroids hit you, they do a lot of damage. Afterwards, you fight the eyeball boss. The eyeballs are annoying because they fire a lot of projectiles at you. And for the love of God, do not die on the level or the boss. Why? Because you have to do the whole fucking level all over again. Not just the asteroid half, you have to do the first half again as well. Overall, Solar Jetman is a frustrating bore fest that I don't recommend unless you're able to deal with the controls or you're just really bored. The rating is a 4.5 out of 10. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time with Mega Man 01 on the Game Boy Advance. Anyways, peace out. That done over with. We'll see you guys next time with Mega Man 01 for the Game Boy Advance. Wait, does that mean Solar Jetman is finally over? Yes. Oh my god, yes! Fuck that stupid game, I can be free! Yeah, well, you said. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time with Mega Man 0.